look at this. How's that for a cookie? Huh? Oh man. It's really, really good. You're gonna want to try one of these. Stick around. I'm gonna show you how to make white chocolate almond cookies. Yum, yum, yum. Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome day. I know it's a beautiful beautiful weekend here. Hopefully it is where you are too, and if it's not, hopefully you're enjoying your time whatever you're doing, right? So you know, it's a great day to be up and about and being alive, right? So today, if you're new, let me take it back. So if you're new, welcome. Thank you for joining. Hopefully you'll consider subscribing. I'd love to continue to grow the community. It's been a great community. The conversations are really great. The comments are great. The you know, getting to know everybody is just fantastic. It's a true pleasure for me, and hopefully it is for you too as well. So hopefully after you watch a little bit of it, you'll think about subscribing. And giving it a thumbs up, hitting that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon so the future videos come up. So folks that are returning, thank you so much. I want to thank everybody. So I've done it just to kind of out of curiosity. I did put a join button down below. I'm actually going to start a little bit of a membership. So go down there and check that out. There's a couple different levels depending on what you'd like to do. Hey, the channel is all about cooking, about tips and tricks on how to get healthy, lose weight, and really get your mental as well as your physical being, you know, healthy again. So that's what we're really trying to do here. So, you know, just a little bit of a refresher, and I know I probably go through this every time, right? So I started this as an obese person. Kind of, doctor told me I was going to have to start taking type 2 diabetic medicine if I didn't straighten my life out. Also high blood pressure medicine. He suggested that I do keto to lose some weight, get into shape. I started exercising a little bit. So I checked into it and I started doing it. I kind of lost my weight pretty quickly, 6 months or so. I was where he initially had told me, and then I maintained that weight for almost 2 years. And then I went back last year and again, and he said, hey, how about, you know, you think you kind of have this weight thing down, and it'd be nice if you dropped another 10 or 15 pounds. So I did that, and I've been kind of maintaining that. I'm trying to maintain that 180 weight right now. So I'm kind of doing what I have to do to maintain that weight, right? Both exercising as well as eating correctly and continuing on with my ketogenic journey. This is a life change for me. So hopefully you join, hopefully you like it, hopefully it's good stuff. You know, I'm here to help you. You know, anything I can answer for you. I'm not a professional by any means as far as a medical or a dietitian or nutritionist or anything else. I can just tell you about my experience and how it's worked for me and what has not worked for me. I do have an email down below, so feel free to email me if you want. You know, and I will try to answer my questions the best you can. I do try to put out one video a week about cooking, one tips, tricks, product reviews, that kind of stuff. And then I try to put one or two out a week about what I eat in a week. So that's kind of the rotation. I'm going to start trying to do a little bit more live so that there's some question and answers. We can have some good conversations around that. We just had one last Saturday, and I thought it was pretty good, other than I don't know what I'm doing technically, so I'm technically challenged. So I'm trying to work through it and trying to figure it out. So hopefully you'll bear with me, right? So, but hopefully you like the channel. Like again, hopefully you stick around and you want to come back for more. So today we're going to do something quick and easy. So I've made white macadamia nut cookies in the past, so I'm going to put a spin on that, and I'm going to actually make white chocolate almond nut cookies today, and that's what we're going to make today. So it's a little spin off of the old recipe that I have out there, which is, I'll put a video up here. Actually, I think it's up here. Put the actual video up here of it. I forget what, you know, it's going to be one of these two corners, so I forget how that works. So I know it's kind of reversed with the camera. So so I'm going to put that up for you if you want to click on it. Hopefully you watch this video first. I'll put it at the very end as well, so that you can click on it again at the end if you want to go back and look at the white macadamia nut version of it. So it's probably one of our favorite recipes. I would say we make that probably once or twice a month, and generally we make a double batch of it so it lasts quite a while. And then when you're having a great day, you can have one or two of the cookies, right? So it's not the idea that you can't have a whole mess of them. So, but they're really, really good. So with that I'm going to adjust the camera around here, so you can see what I'm cooking. And we're going to go through it. It's a pretty easy recipe, so hopefully you enjoy it. And hopefully you'll try it and you'll let me know what you think of it. Alright, so we're going to start this off with, and in this here, we're going to start mixing our dry ingredients. This is 1.5 cups of almond flour. We're going to put in a 1/4 cup of coconut flour into it as well. So it's a combination of both. You know, I do put links down to all my stuff that I use, the almond flour and some of the other baking stuff that I use, as well as all the appliances you'll see and everything else in here. And then I'm just going to mix some salt with it. You know, about a half a teaspoon, a 1/4 of a teaspoon, something like that. I'm not going to measure it out. I throw it in there. Salt's a great thing for you. So don't be afraid to use it and salt your food. And the whole thing about hypertension and getting hypertension from it is there's a bunch of studies out there. I know Dr. Ken Berry talks about it on his channel and how it's kind of all not true. So a lot of myths and a lot of misunderstanding about it. So that's all there is to this, is just mixing this here together. Really simple. I'm going to set that to a side. I'm going to slide over a little bit, slide over the big bowl. I'm going to put, this is butter in here. This is 3/4 of a tablespoon of butter, or 3/4 of a cup of butter, or 12 tablespoons. So I know I get my butter from Costco, the Keurig, and it doesn't have like a 1/4 cup, half cup, or anything else on it. It's all in tablespoons on the side. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to put in a half a cup of I use this monk fruit sweetener, so this Lantana brand. So I'm going to mix that in with that. And then we're going to put a little bit of vanilla in here. We're going to put a tablespoon of vanilla in here. And again, and the one thing I didn't bring out here is I didn't bring a mixer out. So you should really try to mix this by hand. I'm going to mix this a little bit here. If the butter is soft enough, it goes pretty easy. The thing it is, whether you put it in a mixer, it's pretty noisy on the video, so. Once you get those pretty well mixed together, it's pretty creamy. Like I say, it's pretty easy recipe. So once this is good, again, I would take an electric mixer, normally do this, especially if I was doing a double batch, because of the fact it's a lot, so to mix it around. But I made the butter really soft, so I know that it was going to mix easy. So, and then I'm just going to start incorporating some of the dry ingredients. Well, you can do it in 2 or 3 different mixes and kind of start incorporating it. It's a good workout too. starts to come together pretty good as a dough. Alright, so once we mix this together like this, we're actually just going to add in, this is a half a cup of white chocolate chips. We're going to throw those in there. And I measured this out. There's about a half a cup of, I'm going to use almond slivers. You can use chopped almonds or anything else you want. I'm going to throw those in there. And we're just going to start mixing that all in and get this all incorporated. Alright, so once we get all this done and everything looks pretty well incorporated, it looks pretty good. Now, you know the butter is very, very soft. So before we put it in the oven and start to cook it, what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the refrigerator. We're going to let it sit for about 30 minutes. And then we're going to come out and put them on our cookie sheet. And then start baking away. So that looks pretty good. That's what the consistency you want. It looks pretty, it's pretty well mixed. Everything looks good. So we're going to take this and we're going to put this in the refrigerator. We'll come back in the next segment in about 30 minutes. Of course, that'll be about 2 seconds for you. And then we'll start putting them on the cookie sheet. Alright, so it's been a half hour. We're going to put them on our cookie sheet. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm taking a spoon. You can take a cookie cutter, whatever you want. Now it's cold, so it's nice, formed into a little ball. So what I put it on there, then I kind of push it down flat because it doesn't melt down very well. So I'm going to try, and the spoon helps me to get it in the same consistency. What I want to do is I want to try to get the cookies somewhat similar in size. So that way there it's more consistent baking. And I may have to use 2 cookie sheets, I don't know, we'll see. So. Usually I use 2 cookie sheets when I'm doing a double batch. I'm kind of hoping that I can get them all on one here. I want to make a couple of these a little bit bigger, and they're not very big. This one over here. A lot of times what happens is I get overzealous. I start making them small, and then they get a little bigger and a little bigger because I want to I want to get through them. So let me ask you, how do you think this is going? So you think this is worth a thumbs up? You know, come on, you think you can subscribe? You can help me out? I'd really, really appreciate it. So, you know, so if you can, think about it. Also, don't forget to go down there and check out, I do have some links down there below. It helps me out. You know, you can see what I'm using, what I order on a regular basis from Amazon and some other places. It helps me out. It doesn't cost you a dime, but if you buy it through there, then I get like 1 or 2% of the sale or something like that. So that's how affiliate links work. And I know that we're all doing that with the cost of food and everything else going up. It's just kind of getting crazy now. So Also, check out the new links for the memberships as well. Tell me what you think. Am I kind of crazy or what? But you know, just kind of, again, it really helps with some of the costs. I'd like to do a lot more baking stuff, but I also want to be very careful on the cost for the baking stuff as well. So generally when we cook stuff, it's stuff that we're going to eat, so I don't cook too much ahead. And hate to say it, but at work we're still dealing with the residuals from what's going on in the world today, and we can't share food, and we can't bring in we can't bring in food for others to share or anything else. So if you have a favorite food you'd like to see me cook or something like that, let me know. I will tell you that we're experimenting. We tried to make some chocolate bread, protein sparing modifying chocolate bread yesterday. It did not come out very good. So we're going to rethink that and try it in a different manner, in a different way. You know, and that. So you got to kind of play around it. I mean, it's a great. I'm trying to think. Let's see. I have to move this one maybe up here. This one down a little bit. I'm trying to get all these on here. I only got a little bit left. A couple of these a little closer to each other. They are still soft, so they break apart real easy, so you gotta be careful. Alright, I got just a little bit left. I think I'm going to just add them to a couple of the other ones to make them just a little bit bigger. Alright, that's all there is to it. So I preheat my oven to 350. We're going to throw these in there for around 10 minutes, and then we're going to check on them and see how they're doing. You're going to see once they're kind of golden brown around the edges, that means they're done. I will tell you, last time, I think when we did the macadamia ones, it took us about 18 minutes, but my oven seems to bake a lot slower than some of the other ovens. Like I said, I keep talking about calibrating it and all that stuff, but I haven't done that yet. So anyway, so that's what they look like. I'm not sure you can see that. I'm just going to bring them over. Pop them in there. We're going to set the timer for 10 minutes. And we're going to go for that. I'm going to adjust the camera up here so you can actually see me. Maybe. And then push it back. So that's all there is to it. Pretty simple. Like I said, we'll come back in 10 minutes. We'll check them and see how they are, what they look like. And then we'll go from there. We may leave them in for another 5 minutes, or they may be ready to come out. So we'll take a peek at them and take a look at it. Again, hopefully you liked the video. Hopefully a thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Hit that little bell icon. It really helps me a lot. It really helps the channel grow. You know, if you give it a thumbs up, it kind of tells that YouTube, that the algorithm, that people are liking the videos and stuff of that nature. And I know that the lighting here is probably not the best. So I got that light coming in from right now, and I should have turned the overhead lights on. So, but hopefully you like it. Thumbs up. We'll turn the lights on so that when we come back, you can see me a little bit better. All right. See you in a second. All right. Alright, so that's the way they look. Now these will have to sit for about 5 or 10 minutes. They are extremely soft when you first take them out because it is a lot of butter. So they are very, very soft. So they have to sit pretty much cool room temperature before you can touch them. You can see when I pull up the thing how much they move and stuff. So they will crisp up, or they will solidify, I guess, and be a little more solid as they cool down. So we'll come back in a few minutes, and I'll show you what they look like when we take them off the sheet to give it a taste test, and we'll talk a little bit about the macros. All right, we're going to take these off and we're going to put them on a plate. So they're nice and cool. So that's kind of the way they look. Get them on here. I say, if you try to do it when they're still warm, they're just going to fall apart on you. They're actually a pretty delicate cookie. So, but I really like them. At least I like the macadamia ones. We're going to find out about the almond ones here in a second. I'm a big fan of white chocolate, so I really like white chocolate. So, that's the way they look when they go on the plate. Really nice. Alright, I'm going to adjust the camera here and do some shots for my my thumbnail as well. So we'll come right back and we'll do a taste test. Alright, we're going to do that taste test. My neighbor was washing his car. I don't know whether you heard that or not. So you could hear the high pressure hose going. He was washing the car, so I had to close the window. So the cookies look amazing. They smell amazing. I'm going to just pick one up. So again, this is what they look like. Kind of break it, kind of show you what it looks like inside. That's a really good cookie. These are really, really good. I really like these cookies. I like the almond flavor. I like the white chocolate. I'm a big fan of white chocolate. They're sweet. They have that from the sweetener that's in them. Not a hard cookie, and they will break apart pretty easy, so you gotta go easy with them. So just because they are mostly butter and sugar, right? So and then almonds and chocolate. So I mean, yeah, good stuff. Again, these are for really meant to, when you're having a good day, you have a couple extra carbs left over, you can grab a snack, or at the end of the day when you do your macros, when you're tracking, that's what it is. So you make about 24 cookies, give or take, depending on the size of the cookie that you make, right? There's about 135 calories in one of these cookies. It's about 12.5 grams of fat in them. And there's about 1.5 net carbs in one of these. So for if you're tracking net carbs, it's really, really good. So I don't have the fiber in here. I didn't write down, I don't know why I didn't write down the fiber in it, but I didn't write down the fiber in it. So I'll figure that out, and then I'll figure out total carbs if you're interested in that as well. I'll put that down in the description down below. Hey, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, let me know. I have an email link down there below. I also have a link to my Instagram and my Facebook group that I have as well. Love to have you go on. Love to have the conversation start. The Instagram, you'll see a lot more stuff, day-to-day stuff that I'm eating, exercising, and stuff of that nature. That will give you a better look of what we do as a couple, and as well as personally day-to-day versus YouTube, where you get a glimpse of for 15-20 minutes out of the day. So well, hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you give it a thumbs up. Hopefully you subscribe. Hopefully you hit that little bell icon. Check out the Amazon links down below. I would really appreciate it. Again, you'll find everything from the supplements I take to the things I use to cook with, to the appliances that I use, to everything else down there as well. It helps me out a lot. So go down there and check it out. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Have a great day. Hey, don't forget to go check out these other videos up here, the ones down here, and the one down here. All right, and we will talk to you next time. You are awesome.